Cameron Merchant is a man of many talents, a former professional cricketer, TV personality, and a proud husband and father. Admired for his warmth, authenticity, and positivity, Cam joins me in the studio today to share his 5 must-listen audiobooks if you want to better your relationships in 2025.
Hi, I'm Cam Merchant, and I'm here to give you your 5 must-listen-to audiobooks to master your relationships in 2025. Johnny, hit me with number 1.
So Cam, it's great to have you here. I feel like everything we do in this life hinges on our personal relationships. They're like our highest highs, but also our lowest lows. Why have you chosen Mel Robbins as your first rec?
Johnny, great to be here. Mate, personal relationships with yourself and with others, so important. The let them theory, Mel Robbins, is a whole new direction of where people are going, and I think people have taken it and run with it, and the theory is working. And Mel Robbins has put so much theory, exercise, research, and experience into it. And basically, here's the thing. Stop wasting time on things and people that you haven't got control of. And I think when you can manage that and really put it into theory, your world takes over in a whole new era. Your friend who doesn't show up for you, who you've got high expectations of, let them. Your parents who are making judgments about you and your decisions in life, let them. The car park that someone else took, let them. Once we can release that power, you gain your power back and you can focus on you and the whole world changes.
How has your world changed since becoming a father? Because we're going to go down that route now, talking about relationships, families, you between your wife, but also between your kids. Tell me about the next recommendation.
10 things that I wish you knew about your child's mental health is where I want to go next. Is by Dr. Billy Garvey. And we all sometimes think we fail as parents in parenthood and what we're trying to do. At the end of the day, we're all just trying to do our best. But our children's mental health is so important this day and age. And the thing is, this book, it gives you a really great insight to some tools, some strategies of how to deal with that. But not only that, to give yourself that break. What Dr. Garvey is trying to recommend is that the best form of currency for a child is pure presence, form of love and just deep connection. And I think in this day and age with everything that's going on, we sometimes don't give them that form of currency that they just so desperately want.
So I copped your list ahead of time here before we sat down today, and I actually started listening to The Courage to Be Disliked when I was cooking last night.
Yeah,
why'd you choose this one?
Great book. Fumitake, Koga and Ichiro, Kishimi, wonderful philosophers that take on a presence of, I think we all deal with it this day and age, the courage to be disliked. You've got to lean in. Here's the thing. I realised this year, and I think this is going to be everyone's mantra for 2025, a lot of people, I think, have said it. I'm not for everyone, and that's okay.
Can I cut in quickly and ask you, was there a moment in your professional career of which has, taken many different turns that you felt like you went beyond caring what the public thought? Because your life is quite public. It's more criticism than any of us would have personally or have experienced probably watching this right now. Was there a moment where you thought, you know what, it's time to drop it, I don't care anymore?
There was a few moments. As a professional cricketer, I always had media and newspapers and selected and everyone commenting on how you were going to be. And I sort of just put away those sides of things. And then obviously when I stepped into public eye on a show that is number 1 rating, and then come into the format that we've got on social media, I guess I did. I just had the courage to just think, these are my intentions. They are pure and they are the best. And I'm trying to just make, obviously, people smile, happy, and the best I possibly can, because that's what I want for me, for my family and others. And you're never going to win. You realise that you're never going to make everybody happy. And I actually had a mentor who genuinely said to me, I work in mental health. I work in mental wellness and relationships with both self and others. And when I put something out, I always get messages back saying, thanks so much, Cam. I needed that today. You've got me out of bed, or you've got me through this hard time. And my mentor said to me, whenever I'm feeling self-indulgent or I'm not feeling right to put something out, or I don't feel that's right because someone may criticize me, he said, how can you be so selfish? Someone needs to hear your voice.
So a wise person once said, when we talk about love, I think we often neglect to think of the most important kind of relationship, the one we experience with ourselves. Any ring any bells?
Oh, it's by a great author. Ask Jules. There it is. Yep. Would you believe it? My wife in both paper form and Audible in your ear, and is incredible reading. I'm just saying that just to be biased.
Has she recorded this herself? On
She
Audible?
has. She
Nice.
has. And she puts so much love and effort into it. And every day she kept coming home from recording the Audible, she was glowing because she was living obviously the book and her story and her truth and all the value and support that she wants to put into this book for the listeners and readers. She is your best girlfriend in your ear, talking you through and talking about fashion, beauty, style, soul, relationships, both in herself and relationships with others. And she's dealt with it. She's experienced it, and she's put everything into that book. And I'm so fortunate that I've seen when she's done book readings and the women that have showed up, and I feel so privileged and proud of her that these women, they show up with the book and they've listened to it and they've got nothing but praise and thank you. They're not just listening to it to read about Jules' life. They want something from it, and they always genuinely say, I took this from it to implement into my life from the experience and the value that Jules gives. And I'm so proud of that, and some of the women that do walk away feeling 10 foot taller, and I love that.
So the final audiobook you have for us today is by someone else you've also spent some time with, not as much as your wife, Robin Sharma.
Phenomenal human being. And funny enough, I was in London. I had a dream about him, just read his book, and I just reached out to him. And he just said, I'm in London, Cam, I'd love to meet up. And
You didn't
catch
tell
up."
me this. I didn't realize this.
Yes.
Wow.
It was one of those things. I woke up one morning, I said, Jules, just had this dream about Robin Sharma. I contacted him, DM, and he did. He just showed up. We chatted, we created a podcast episode, and we had an hour and a half chat, and it was just groundbreaking stuff. I could have sat there all day long. And he was writing The Wealth That Money Can't Buy at the time, and he actually couldn't tell me about it.
Oh, wow.
But he takes genuine time to sit and put his heart and soul into everything he was. And this is the book that's came out, and I've listened to it 3-4 times, and it is one of those books. And I told him this person, I said, this is the best criticism I can give, that it actually takes so long to get through your book, basically because you pause, rewind, listen, learn, write down notes, and go again. You just keep doing it because there's so much gold, so much joy, so much value in everything he does. And basically what The Wealth That Money Can't Buy is nothing to do with wealth. It's concentrating on the wealth of so many other factors, your health, your relationships, your relationship with yourself. And it is just so personal. And the one main thing that he starts his day with every day is just to express genuine gratitude. And when you can do that, it is a game changer. And I mean, taking it really on board and looking after your health and the wealth of your family, that will then create everything that you want in life.
Wow, that hit me. You're 100% spot on. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. If you want to hear more of Cam's tips, give him a follow, give BH a follow. Head to bosshunting.com.au to see his 5 for 2025, but also a bunch of others we've been curating for this series. Cam, thank you very much, man. Appreciate
Johnny,
your time.
love your work, brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.